The peace has to be within.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program this evening. Tonight's program is on the Nabhi Chakra, our center of peace, satisfaction, and generosity. Now, last night, many of you joined us for the workshop, and I know I thoroughly enjoyed speaking to some of you and finding out about your meditation experiences. It was wonderful to hear that so many of you are practicing at home on a regular basis. And I had a very nice discussion with Leon, who hasn't joined us yet, but he mentioned his experience of how he missed meditating for 2 days and he found like he'd gone back a week. And I think that is the key. Meditating daily. Our Kundalini is like a plant. If we stop watering a plant, it begins to weaken. Our Kundalini is the same. Daily practice will keep your Kundalini strong and your meditations deep. So in a minute, I'm going to introduce a couple of very special people. But we have so far covered innocence at the Muladhara chakra. Then we've moved on to the Swadhisthana and spoken about creativity. Today we are talking about the Nabhi. And tomorrow, Jean-Michel will be presenting on the void. So let's introduce Jean-Michel. Welcome, Jean-Michel, to the program.
Hello, everybody. Very happy to see you all. It's a very beautiful moment for us. Every time we meet, it's joy and peace. We experience peace every time we meet and do a program together.
Yes. Now, some of you may already know Jean-Michel. He's done some previous sessions and also a previous series. But Jean-Michel has been meditating now for 40 years. Is it, Jean-Michel?
I started in 85. I'm not sure how long.
85, yeah. Almost 40 years. And Jean-Michel, I wanted to ask you a question. What would you say are the three most significant ways that meditation has changed you?
The most important thing, it reconciled me with life, because if we have a little bit of honesty with ourselves, yeah. When we look at the world outside, it's full of problems. So we have problems in the family, we have problems in the country. Some people get sick. It's a bit like the experience of Buddha when he discovered that people were getting old and they were dying, and he thought, wow, that's not good. So it's the same for us. Like we see the problems in the world, and when I was a teenager, I was happy. I always had this optimism in me somehow, but when I looked outside, I was not very happy. I was not satisfied. So I was seeking. That's what happened. I was seeking, and eventually I came across this. I came across Shri Mataji, basically. I heard a talk by her in a video, first of all, and I thought, wow, what she's saying seems very true. Then I had the chance to meet her in Paris. And when I met Shri Mataji, I felt something I never felt with anyone else before. And I just knew there was something very important. And that's why I was, as you said just before, I was very disciplined in the beginning to try and meditate. And I wanted to understand what it was about. And that's how I got myself into this state of self-confidence, where I discovered day after day, I discovered that we have a reality inside us, which is beautiful, and it can change the world, it can change us, it can change our friends, our family. It's magical.
It is. And that's very true. I think when you see those changes within yourself, and you recognize the powers you have within yourself and the powers that others have, it changes your whole outlook, the way you live your life, the way you perceive the world. So it's very hard to tell people how Sahaja Yoga changes us, because it goes beyond words, really, doesn't it?
It's very subtle. It's not like the share market, it goes up and everybody can see it. Goes down, everybody's depressing. It's not exactly like that. It's more subtle.
Yeah. So Jean-Michel, can you please introduce our topic for this evening and introduce our presenter, Mahima?
The topic is very, very beautiful. It is probably one of the most important things we could ever talk about, if we can talk. I'm happy Mahima is doing it, because talking about it is not easy. It's about peace. So when we think of peace, for me, is Mahatma Gandhi was the expression of peace, because he achieved liberation of India in a way that had never been done before. And that's a physical expression of peace on the collective level. So we are very lucky to have Mahima today, because she comes from India and she's going to bring with her peace for us. This is beautiful. Thank you very much, Mahima.
Well, thank you, Jean-Michel.
And So, Mahima, if you have not come to this 21 days June series, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. So as you know, my name is Mahima. I come from India. John Michel's already told you that. I started doing Sahaja Yoga when I was a teenager, and I didn't quite know what spirituality was. Even though I come from India, I don't think I was very aligned to think about God. And it seemed really foreign, and it's a very distant concept. I guess as a teenager, you realize this is all too difficult. So the way I came to Sahaja Yoga was more by chance meeting Shri Mataji and really enjoying her amazing personality. On one side, she appeared like a grandmother, but on the other side, she appeared like this amazing, knowledgeable saint who the whole world was bowing to, or there were so many people trying to go near her and wanting to get some attention from her. So I was quite taken by that personality itself, without knowing anything about spirituality or what was her teaching or anything. So it was a kind of a reverse to the topic of seeking, or the topic of peace that we are talking about. I started off not knowing anything in terms of seeking it. So I've been here ever since. And I realized that as I grew older, I became to understand what Shri Mataji was talking about. So I got to know her first as a person in terms of my journey in Sahaja Yoga. And then I started to see what it meant. And I think 30 years later, I'm still thinking, I really don't understand everything that Sahaja Yoga has to offer in terms of knowledge. So I'll try to do my best with today's topic. But there is so much to learn, and it amazes me every time that you realize, oh, I never knew this, or how come, I'm 30 years on, you're still thinking, there's so much more to go deeper and to go and learn more and more. So coming to one of these programs gives us an opportunity to also revisit some topics and find out more from like-minded people, and meditating with you all, we get to learn more as well.
It's like also, we reflect on each other, we express our joy, our friendship, our love, and it reflects like the sun, the moon and the moonlight, all of this. And I have a question for you. It's a very simple question. When we talk about peace, is peace for you, is peace a weakness or is it a power?
I think peace is a power, and the way I perceive peace in myself and my understanding, it's a very generic word which could mean anything to anybody. I just feel it's one of the word which has its own interpretation based on your mindset, based on your understanding. So if you come from a war-torn country, peace is, when you have food without sirens going around you. And when you come from a spiritual country, people are thinking higher awareness might lead to peace. My perception, as in my limited knowledge, I just feel peace is the state of no reaction, no particular thought. So when I feel peaceful within myself, seldom I have noticed that there is actually no thought going on in my brain. I am in a state of meditation, and sometimes my understanding of peace is synonym to being in meditation, because if you're not reacting, then you're not thinking, then you're not unpeaceful. So I guess peace is another way of saying being in meditation.
Can you be peaceful and dynamic at the same time?
Oh, very much so. And that's why I find the gift of Sahaja Yoga is, the topic which I'm sure everybody must have heard over the last 15 days, that what meditation actually is. It's the state of no thought. Meditation is not a practice. Meditation is not a ceremony, but meditation is a state which anybody can achieve. And once you are in a state of no thought, you are really dynamic, because you are thoughtless, but you are aware. So your attention becomes very powerful. When you're not reacting to everything you see or hear, if you are really peaceful within, then anything you think of, it reflects your very strong dynamism, because you're not constantly bombarded with multiple thoughts and thousands of permutations and combinations in your mind. So the thought you act on is the right thought, and that is the actual task that you do. And sometimes it amazes you. You're like, unknowingly, we end up doing that if we are in deep meditation, the things you say, and people will say, how do you know that? And you just go, yeah, sure. How do I know this? So it's one of those deep thoughts that present you as a personality, which is very dynamic, which is very impressive. And you come up with ideas and suggestions, which people look at you and thinking, but you appear really calm and peaceful. And how are you saying these things? So I think it is a very, very powerful thing to be peaceful and just enjoying, just being witnessing the world around you.
We just forgot to ask, but if there are any new people who come for the first time, they can raise their hand or tell us in a message, and then we will have a separate breakout room to do the first experience of meditation. And while we are doing this, if Mahima wants to take it, and take us through the journey of peace.
Definitely.
So I can't see any new names. I think all those names have joined us before. So I think, Mahima, we're starting with Shri Mataji's peace prayer.
Yes, so we found this little talk of Shri Mataji, which goes for 2 minutes, and she's talking about peace, and it's a peace prayer. So I really would like you all to just open your hands, place them open in your lap, and just listen to this peace prayer. If you like, you can watch the video, or you can just close your eyes, and then we can delve into the topic and meditation after this.
I wish peace for the whole world, for the whole nation. To understand, to give up all the strives, all the false battles for money and for power. All wrong ideas that they are different from each other, and come under the banner of Sahaja Yoga and enter into the kingdom of God, where they are invited with all respect and love. I wish peace to all of them, to all the countries, all the human beings, in their families, in their hearts, with their children, with all of them. Let there be peace. Let their heart emit peace, their tongues speak with peace, their eyes see nothing but peace. All this has to change. Tremendous change has to take place. The whole universe has to take a different turn. All that is hatred, hateful, ugly has to vanish, and the peace has to prevail. It is not the peace of the dead, but peace of the living that has to come, of the body. I bless all of you to be the channels of that peace, to be beautiful channels of that peace, to be glorious channels of that peace, to be great children of your mother, who is so proud of you. May God bless you.
So let's start tonight's meditation with this beautiful prayer in our heart, that may we become peaceful within ourselves, and so we can spread this peace around us. So to begin our meditation, the first thing we do is to raise our Kundalini and give ourselves abundance. So you might have learned that over the last few days. Simply the left hand goes up in front of your spine, starting from the base of your spine, and the right hand goes outwardly around it and all the way to the top of your head. So let's do that together, raising our Kundalini all the way to the top of our head, giving it 1 knot the first time. Second time, we do 2 knots. And in the third time, we do 3 knots. To give ourselves a bandhan, we start this horseshoe or rainbow from the left side of our body, going over and back. That's 1. We do that 7 times. Let's bring our hand to the level of our chest, palms open, facing upwards. If you like to keep your eyes open, just pay attention to the photograph of Shri Mataji on the screen. And if you wish, you can close your eyes, whatever you're more comfortable in. Let's take a few deep breaths and just to notice how are we feeling inside. Leaving our left hand in our lap, let's drop the right hand by our side. If you're sitting on the floor, simply place your right hand onto the floor. This is a very simple exercise to balance our left channel, which is responsible for all our lethargy, all our thoughts which are from the past. And let's balance this one out. So a very simple prayer, we can say, Mother, please cleanse my left channel. Mother, please cleanse my left channel. While we're requesting the Kundalini energy to clear our left channel, we can simply put our attention, our focus on our left palm. Many of you might have already felt the cool breeze or the sensations of vibrations on your hands. So when you do this exercise, just notice if the sensations in your left palm are changing. Mother, please cleanse my left channel. Let's bring the right hand back in our lap, palm open facing upwards. This time, simply bend your left hand at your elbow with your fingers pointing up towards the sky, and the palm is facing towards your body. Let's focus on the sensations on our right palm when we do this exercise. And here we request this energy to cleanse our right channel. Mother, please cleanse my right channel. Right channel goes out of balance when we are very active, when we are thinking too much, when we are very hectic and busy. So at the end of the day in Sydney here, it's a good thing to do is to balance our right side. Mother, please balance my right channel. Let's bring both our hands in the lap again. Let's hold our right hand in the form of a cup and let's place it at the base of our spine and scoop up this energy symbolically all the way to the top of your head. So place the right hand like a cup at the base of your spine in front of your body and scoop it gently, traveling through the central part of your body all the way to the top of your head. Let's do it a few more times. The purpose of this exercise is symbolically requesting this Kundalini energy to rise from the sacrum bone at the base of our spine, all the way through the central channel onto the top of our head. On the final time, you can give the top of your head a gentle massage. Move the scalp in a clockwise direction. And we can ask this energy to establish or strengthen the self-realization, the experience of meditation. Mother, please establish my self-realization. Mother, please strengthen my experience of meditation. Leaving your awareness, your focus on top of the head where you have just massaged the scalp. Let's bring our right hand back into our lap and see if we can maintain that focus on top of our head for a few moments. If we start thinking, or if our attention wanders off, just say within, Mother, I forgive all my thoughts. No thought is important right now. Mother, I forgive all my thoughts. So meditation is just a state where you are in no thought. And if we can maintain this state of no thought, then we are in the state of meditation. So I hope with this little exercise of balancing the left and right channel and just focusing on top of your head, you have felt a bit more relaxed and peaceful. We can now focus on the Nabhi Chakra, which is the stomach chakra. So Nabhi Chakra lies in our navel, which is our belly button. And the quality of this chakra is peace. And the other quality of this chakra, which is in spiritual terms, is your seeking. So as you know, when we get hungry, our tummy starts to rumble. We know it in our stomach that we are hungry. But as we understand spiritually, what are we hungry for beyond food? So when your hunger is satisfied, then we start to seek deeper things in life. We start off with food, then with money, then with power. But once you have achieved all those things, there is more to life when people think they need to go to Mars or something, or start space travel. So it is an example of people seeking that they want to go and find more. But ultimately, what we really do need to find is ourselves. And that lies within ourselves through our power of Kundalini and our spirit. So let's focus on this energy within our Nabhi Chakra. We can place our right hand onto our stomach, onto the Nabhi Chakra, on the middle, on the belly button. And we can request this energy, this Kundalini energy. Mother, please make me a peaceful person. It's a very simple affirmation to balance this chakra. Mother, please make me completely satisfied. the left side of the Nabhi Chakra, which is on the left side of your tummy. So just move your right hand onto the left side of your stomach. This energy center represents our worldly well-being and also the whole idea of being in a household. So all our family worries, anxieties that we have for our family, our relatives, it comes from the imbalance of this energy center. So the best way to clear this energy center is to say, Mother, I surrender all my worries, all my anxieties, and I'm completely peaceful. You can keep your focus where your right hand is on your tummy, onto that energy center, while you pray to this mothering energy to cleanse this energy center. Let's bring our right hand back into our lap. Now place your left hand onto the right side of your stomach. The right aspect of the Nabhi Chakra is where all our financial worries are. All our finances are looked after by this chakra. So all the money related issues, our well-being, our sustenance. So to bring this energy center into balance, we need to move our attention away from being worried about money. So here we say, Mother, please take care of all my monetary problems. Mother, I surrender all my worries about the finances to you. Mother, I surrender all my worries to you. Let's bring both our hands back in our lap. And see if you can bring your attention all the way up the central channel to the top of your head. So the purpose of all this cleansing of the chakras, all the balancing, is for our attention to move away from those worries or distractions so that it can rise and come all the way to the top of our head. Let's open our eyes and see how we're feeling within ourselves. Notice if we can feel any sensations on our hands which are different to before. We're now going to listen to a little talk from Shri Mataji, which is all about peace and bliss. It only goes for 8 or 9 minutes. So what I will request is continue to leave your palms open in your lap and attention on top of your head while you're listening to this talk. That could be a meditative exercise in itself. So just sit back, relaxed, leave your hands open in your lap and just listen to this talk, and we'll come back and continue the meditation after.
The peace has to be within to begin with. You have to be peaceful within yourself. If you are not peaceful, if you are playing tricks with your ego, if you are just satisfying yourself saying that you are peaceful, you are sadly mistaken. Peace is to be enjoyed within yourself. It is to be felt within yourself. So do not give wrong satisfactions to yourself. Do not give false notions to yourself. Don't cheat yourself. It is not that if you have too much of silence outside, you feel peaceful. The peace has to be within yourself. You have it. Your spirit is absolutely peaceful, awaken, without restlessness. There is no restlessness in your spirit. Absolutely peaceful and steady. It is for you to feel it. It is not for anybody else to certify you. This is one thing. Secondly, when I am telling you something, you think I am not telling you. It doesn't register in your brain. You think I am telling it to XYZ but not to you. You are not in it. That's another sign there is no peace. Because there is no peace, there is no registration. Whatever goes into your head, that is going to work out. But what I find that people have concave personalities. Then they receive it. Those who have convex personalities do not register anything. The registration is so poor that whatever I say doesn't have any effect on them. So to have peace, the best way to put your mind right is to think of good things. Think of the flowers, not of the thorns. What good things others have done to you, what good things there are, what are the beautiful moments you have had, and count your blessings. Count your blessings. Otherwise, you cannot create peace. Peace, हे ग्रस्त कोण तिकडे उभे जाऊन बघा बरं. असं बघायसारखं उभं राहायचं. इकडे उभे राहा पण असं यायचं नाही इथे. You need not pay attention to everything like that. Keep your attention at peace. Keep the peace inside. with your attention inside. Actually, if you really allow all my words to go inside your brain, I'm sure I'll achieve the results. But with the convex mind, it's very difficult. Just suck in. The another aspect of peace is never try to support anything that is boisterous or which is destructive or also destructive. Anything that is destructive is never to be supported. But anybody who is being tortured or aggressed or dominated is to be protected and supported. If you have the strength of peace, you can if it comes to that. A person like Hitler, when he came, people had to fight for their peace. Now, the second part of our culture has to be bliss. People should see bliss working on us. People should feel there is bliss. If a person is blissful, he looks blissful. He emits bliss. He radiates it. He doesn't look a miserable, unhappy creature who is all the time grudging, grumbling, or worried about little petty things here and there. And nobody has right to disturb anybody's bliss. Somebody is in a blissful state, try to copy that person and become that. But people get jealous of such people who are blissful and try to disturb. That's why so many saints were tortured, because they are so blissful and happy people. We have to enjoy our bliss within. That's important. Perhaps you are not aware of the bliss that you have. Not at all aware. Bliss can only come through gratitude. Only through enlarging your heart with gratitude. Bliss is the reward of gratitude. The gratitude which is not just worldly or just spoken lip service, but is from the heart. Is from the heart, the gratitude of the heart. And the blissful people are never jealous of others. Because what is greater than bliss? Bliss has so many dimensions that you go beyond the realm of cause and effects.
So that was a combination of a few quotes on peace by Shri Mataji for various years. So I hope it did explain for you what peace is all about and how peace leads to bliss. So let's open our hands one more time and see how we're feeling within. The whole idea of meditation is to become thoughtlessly aware. So when we are in the state of meditation, there should not be any thoughts. So let's do this little exercise and see what are we thinking right now. So leaving our hands open in our lap, let's bring our focus on top of our head. Sometimes it's just so much easier to just place your hand on top of your head so that we become aware of this space on top of our head. And then just we're going to leave our awareness there. You can listen to this music and see if we can maintain the focus up there. And when your mind wanders, just bring it back. Just say, I don't want to think. Just watch those thoughts. Mother, I forgive all my thoughts. No thought is important right now. Sometimes it helps to have confidence and not to doubt this energy and it's working. So, Mother, please establish my self-realization. Mother, please give me the state of thoughtless awareness. Mother, please take away all my reactions so I can become peaceful. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We can raise our Kundalini to finish off our meditation, just the way we did it in the beginning. So the left hand goes up and the right goes around it. Two knots on the second time and 3 knots on the third time. And then this horseshoe rainbow 7 times. So notice if you can feel some sensations on your palms. You can also check on top of your head. The physical manifestation of Kundalini is in a form of a cool breeze, which you can feel on top of your head if your Kundalini is up all the way up here. You can try it with the other hand. You can also feel the sensations in your palms. Sometimes cool, sometimes tingly. But if you felt quite relaxed within, and if the thoughts have stopped or have become less, then you are really progressing well in this meditation. So thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed the meditation. And we will be here. I'm sure Jenny and John Michelle will appear in a minute to talk to you if you have any questions or if you would like to give any feedback. We are all here to hear from you as well. So thank you again.
Thank you, Mahima. I certainly feel very peaceful right now. And my mind is certainly silent. But if anyone has any questions, Mahima and Jean-Michel are both here to answer them. So any questions or any experiences that you would like to share, can either raise your hand or unmute yourself, and we'd love to hear from you. While we're waiting for that, tomorrow Jean-Michel's session will be on the void, which is the area around the Nabhi. And when our void is strong, we are able to be our own masters.
We are free.
We are free.
Real freedom.
And what a great thing.
Freedom to be happy.
Mm.
And freedom to change things to become good for everybody. This is the real establishment of the mastery in our void, is to have the power to change things for the good. You know, like the fairies in Walt Disney's movies, they have a wand and they can transform things, make a dress beautiful, and transform a pumpkin into a beautiful courage. That's what we can do when we have our self-mastery established. So it is worth looking at it.
It's a very important quality. I can see Sabarish has his hand up. Sabarish, please tell us.
Hi, Jenny. I just have a quick question. Like she was talking about the basic instinct here, like food, money, power. Those instincts are really stronger. I mean, either relationship or those instincts are always stronger, and sometimes that brings, if those are not satisfied, then you get a bit of restlessness. So I just wanted to know, so should I just need some help, like whether should I fulfill those basic instinct and then or I just because it's really strong, the basic instinct there. That's why I want to ask you.
Should I go?
Go, Mahima.
Okay, that is a really, really good question, Sabresh. Thank you for asking it. And the basic idea is to not get attached to it. The basic idea is for our attention to be not constantly focused on it. Yes, you do need to fulfill your basic responsibilities of feeding yourself and feeding your family, and have enough money to support yourself and to go to work. So yes, we do need to do all those things, because that's what the Nabhi Chakra is giving us those qualities to do. But sometimes we get overindulgent, or we get really attached to money. So we can become very miserly, or we can become over exuberant, and we would just earn and spend or gamble it away or something. So the idea is to, of course, do your basic duties as a human being, that we have to have a family, or have to have live in a society where you need to sustain yourself. So we do need to fulfill those responsibilities. But in Sahaja Yoga, in the meditation, the idea is, if our attention is constantly on that, if we are always worried about family members, if we are too indulgent in our children, or with our partners or our household, or our attention is too focused on, let's make a beautiful house, let's have everything we want in it, or our attention is, let's get the best job and continue to make more and more money. So the idea is to have that balance. So see how your Kundalini, you have to balance your desire, your left side, and your action. In the same way, each chakra has its own balance. So the basic needs need to be fulfilled, but we shouldn't get indulgent in excessive of or minimal of either ways. So not doing our duties is also not good for the Nabhi Chakra. Overly hyped up about making money and just focusing on one track program, this is all about money, is also another aspect of excessive.
In fact, you don't have to think too much about it, because I'm talking about my own experience. When we come into this world, we get educated, and we are taught that we need to do a job, because if we want to survive, we have to do something. So, and we all get into the trap where we get successful in our studies, we get successful in business, and then we get carried away, and this is the way it works. And what happened to me is that because of meditation, any qualities that we have, any power that we have, it becomes more balanced, and we understand it deeper, on a deeper level. What's happened is that, as Mahima explained, is that this Kundalini that is awakened in us is taking over all of these things, which means that we have time to meditate, we have time to be peaceful, we have time to enjoy things, but we are successful, because life takes over all our duties and things that we need to do. We don't have to worry too much, because there is a power that is doing this for us, because this power wants us to be peaceful. It wants us to be one with our spirit. So this is the magic of Sahaja Yoga, is when you start meditating, you have to discover all of these things, but gradually it takes you over the line. And when you are for the first time touching over the line, you realize life is beautiful because it's not difficult. When we have this fine balance within us, it just works out. So no need to stress anymore.
Yes, as Shri Mataji has told us, when we put our attention on our spiritual ascent and our spirit, the divine looks after our worldly aspects. The divine looks after our family, it looks after our job, so that we don't have to put all our attention on those things. And you will find too, as your Nabhi becomes stronger through meditation, that your family life is sorted out and your job is sorted out and your money issues are sorted out. So all of that does come from the Nabhi, and the stronger Nabhi you have, the more settled you are in that area.
It's all worked out because of our meditation state. If when we started this program, Mahima was explaining that we should meditate every day, and this is the key, is somehow we don't have to force ourselves, but if we can achieve a position where we can give ourselves a bit of time every day, our subtle system is getting balanced, then all these powers start gradually to unveil themselves, and it's magical, it's beautiful.
Did we answer your question? Yes. Okay. So yeah, keep up the good work.
Yes, very important question.
Yeah.
It is the most important.
Do we have any other questions from anyone? It doesn't seem like we do. So we will sign off now. However, there will be some music for you if you would like to continue your meditation. So Linda has asked, what does Nabhi mean? So Linda, Nabhi is the energy center at the stomach area. It is the chakra. It is on a physical level, it is a bundle of nerves. It is the solar plexus. That is what we call the Nabhi in Sanskrit. Yes, there it is. Thank you, Phil. You can see it there. There is a green chakra.
Number 3.
The green chakra there, right at the stomach. Yes, the Dantian in Chinese. Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
The literal translation of the word just means navel. So it's based on your navel chakra.
Thank you.
In your physical body.
Thank you, Mahima. We just had another question. Okay. When we meditate more, does the opposite sex attraction feeling, will it reduce or increase?
That's again a question of balance again. So, your Muladhara chakra, the first chakra, is for your ability to reproduce or to start off a family life. So again, that chakra needs to be in balance. So meditation is all about balance. We don't need to increase or decrease or want to reduce or have excess or limited amount of anything. You are in balance. So when is the right time for you in your life to meet somebody or to move on to having a family life, you will move into that direction. It's something, the idea is to stay in least thinking mode. The meditation is a process of reducing our thoughts. So the less we think about everything, because every thought has an impact on the subtle system, the 7 chakras you're having in your body. That's how they go out of balance. Because when we start thinking about sex, for example, if we indulge too much into thinking about it, it will put Muladhara chakra into out of order, which is our first energy center. If we think about money too much, it will put our Nabhi chakra, which we talked about, out of balance. So excessive of everything is bad, and then we need to stay in the balanced state. So the best idea is to don't indulge excessively in either any of the thoughts. You meditate and your chakras will be in balance. And you will probably attract positive people around you in that case, because you are full of a positive vibration or a positive energy around you. So it is a good thing that we can become meditative. We just become a bit more gentler, calmer, relaxed personalities. And don't have to indulge into anything in excessive way.
And that's attraction in a pure way. That we attract people. It's like a magnet. People like to be around you when you meditate, because you give off these qualities of the spirit, and people can feel them in a very subtle way.
Just like a child, you know, the way people are attracted. If a playful child enters into any environment, your attention just goes on to that. What do we look into a child is the sense of innocence. Why everybody in an airport is just focused on a child playing. Everybody's watching that child. So that attraction, or that is the magnetism of a child, because that is pure innocence. So that's how we could become when we start to meditate also. We become innocent, like a child.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful answer, Mahima.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, I think that might be it. Yes, it is. Thank you again. Oh, we have a late question. After these sessions, I always eat my one meal a day, but then I feel so tired I have to take a nap. Is fatigue something I get from clearing?
That is a very interesting question. As far as what I'm understanding from the question, if that is the only meal you are eating, if you're eating one meal a day and you're doing it after the session, your body is ready to digest the food. So the body is spending all its energy to consume what you have just put into your system. Meditation should technically energize you. So when we spend some time doing these type of meditation session, I just become completely energized to think like, oh, my evening has just begun. So if you have had a deep meditation, if you have had a cleansing meditation, technically you should feel really refreshed. But when our system is still balancing, sometimes it will, if our channels are working and they are getting really relaxed, sometimes it will put you to sleep because it's working out in cleansing that channel as well. So if the food and cleansing is related, which we are not sure based on what you're asking, it could be either, but as long as you're feeling relaxed, calm, refreshed, it's all a positive. Do you want to add something, Jean-Michel?
No, I think it's what you said before is relevant. Is we have to watch ourselves, not think too much about it, and even during meditation, sometimes we just feel that we are kind of sleeping or dozing. It doesn't really matter. I think we got to let go and see, observe. And if it becomes an issue, then of course we have to look at what is the reason. There are different techniques we can use: fire, the water, the ice. All of these techniques can help. But generally, if the joy and the peace is in the heart, we just go with the flow.
You might find it changes Gidrias after some time, but as Mahima mentioned, it may also be because you're only eating 1 meal a day. That might also be causing you to feel tired. All right. Anyone else? Okay.
Thank you again for providing us the opportunity to meditate with you tonight. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, John Michelle.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
For a beautiful session.
Always a pleasure.
We will see everyone again tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye-bye.